Well, I just finished my sanding. Let me tell you, I've had a heck of a week when it comes to this woodworking stuff. My planer pretty much caught on fire and quit working 2 days ago. Had to take it back. Today, the last board I'm sanding, guess what happens? My orbital sander decides to start just screaming and squealing, so I'm going to have to send it back. It seems like stuff you buy nowadays is just not even worth the money you're paying for it anymore. It's not. I don't understand it. You go buy something, you use it a little bit, and it breaks, and you have to go either buy another one or get a refund or exchange it, right? That's the way it is. But talk today about, if you watched the earlier video about the tree, I'm still not sure who's responsible for this tree that fell. But anyways, who remembers a couple months ago about the big uproar over the military needing all these recruiters? Yeah, a lot of us remember that, right? A lot of people thought, well, maybe the draft's fixing to come in. That's why they need them. That's why they need them right now. If you remember, it was a rush to get them. What's happened since then? The border incident, right? What if all these recruiters were needed for the illegals that's fixing to join our military? Which more than likely what's going to happen. They're going to work a deal out with a lot of them, that if you serve X amount of years in the military, you become a citizen, right? Something like that has been around for a while, but with this many coming across the border, illegals, that could be what's going on. That everything happens for a reason. Everything is pre-planned, right? It was pre-planned to open the border. Plain and simple. It wasn't just something that happened, right? They're like, well, let's open it and let them come on in, right? All right. How do you house these people? They send them to sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities are now full, right? They're saying we can't take anymore. We're maxed out, all right? Well, let's start giving them EBT cards. Let's start giving them money. Let's start giving them phones. Let's start doing this, this, and this, right? The next logical step that we will probably see or hear, probably before the election, is some kind of deal where if they'll join the military, they're U.S. citizens, right? Because all this stuff going on all over the world, right? You got Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan, Israel, all these issues going on. Eventually we're going to get in it physically. Plain and simple. Recruitment's at all-time low, right? They're even dropping standards. Who remembers when they kicked everybody out of the military for not doing this, right? And now they're like, uh-oh, we made a mistake. Some of them, I've even heard that the Air Force is trying to get people that's retired to come back. I've read that. So the next logical step, since recruitment's down, right, open the border. Let them come in. We keep hearing all these, young military-age men are coming across. Logical step, put them in the military, right? Fill the voids. It's probably what's going to wind up happening. And again, it's going to cost the taxpayer money, right? You got to stop and think. I've told you, the United States government fought over $600 to help you and I out during the pandemic, right? Illegal, you come across the border, you just get everything. You don't get everything, but you get stuff gave to you, right? You get money, you get phones, you get places to live, you get food. There's people in my area who need help, like they need food stamps, honestly. And they go down there and apply, and they're like, well, yeah, you qualify, here's you $20 a month. And I'm always like, $20 a month, how's that going to feed somebody, right? I mean, that's where we're at in America. We will help illegals before we'll help ourselves, right? Before we'll help our own citizens. That's where we've come. Military recruitment's down. Let's put them in the military. That's probably what's going to wind up happening here. A lot of people think when Trump gets elected again, they still think that if he wins, it's allowed to let him win. It's the way it was planned. A lot of people think the day he's elected and he takes office that he's immediately going to start deportation. Sending everybody back. Guess what? That cost us money too. That cost you and I money. It seems like every time we turn around, money here, money there, money here, but none in our pocket, right? None for us. Take the stuff like I do. I build these, I call them serving boards. Fancier people call them charcuterie boards. I make butcher blocks, things like that, right? People would rather pay $200-300 for one, from online. They got somebody in their community making them. It's like, how much for your charcuterie boards? Well, it's $25 for this one and up, $50 for the chopping board and up, and things like that. they don't want to. They don't want to spend the money right there, right? They'd rather spend it to somebody they don't know, and that's how the society is. You know, it's always, as long as I don't see where my money's going, it's not a big deal when it comes to that kind of stuff, right? Some of you are like, what did you just say? What I mean by that is, people would rather order something online, not know the person that makes it, just, well, this is $100 and you're charging 25, and I know you. I'd rather pay $100 over here and just order it online, right? That's the way people are. I don't know why they're like it, but a lot of people's like it. It's got to the point where if you're not trying to screw somebody over, you're not going to make no money, right? I don't think $25 is expensive when I'm looking around and everybody else is at $35, $50, and on up, right? I'm like, my price is kind of lower and them. Quality's just as good, that type of deal. And of course, I'd be better off selling them online, which is something I was always taught. If they don't want to buy them from you, be the person they're buying them from online, right? Because that way you're getting your money and you're making more, right? So that's probably what we're going to do, is put them online and sell them. But anyways, get back to this military stuff. Our military ranks, our recruitments are down big time. Millions of illegals have come across the border. How many of them would join? I don't know. I really don't know how many of them would join. But if they work some kind of deal out, I'm sure a lot of them will join up, to get more free stuff. Like, they get to become a citizen, right? You serve a couple years, become a citizen. We still have people that has legally come into this country now that still hasn't finished all their stuff to become citizens, right? Because the system is keep making them do more and more. But you get all these illegals in here, things start changing. It won't be long till we're overran. Plain and simple, till we're overran. And what's people going to do about it? They're just going to complain, and do nothing about it. They all think Trump gets in here, that's going to change the world, right? Trump's going to get in, he's going to deport them all, we're going to be back to normal. But you got to remember that deportation cost us money. It cost me and you money to deport them. So every way we turn here, we're spending money on illegals. What they need to do is put a fence up on the border and a no vacancy sign. That seems rough, right? That's what we need to do. There is nowhere to put these people anymore. There's not. And once they start putting them in these sanctuary cities, guess what? They're full now, right? And then it's just going to keep spreading out. Now, I know in my area there is nowhere hardly to rent. Nowhere. And if you do rent, you're going to pay big money for our area. You're going to pay a lot of money. I know rent's higher in other areas, but in my area, anything over $500 a month is ridiculous money here. And most places now are $600, $700 and up, right? But I don't know what to do about the illegal immigrants. Do you know what to do? I mean, honestly, if we deport them all, that costs me and you money, right? So every way we turn here, it's money out of our pockets. Our money is paying for the food stamps for them. Our money's paying for their cell phones. Our money is paying for them for the cash they're getting, for their bus rides, their plane tickets, whatever they're doing. Our money is the one that's paying for it. It's not the federal government's money paying for it. It's ours. It's mine and your money paying for all this stuff. But yet we don't have a say in it, right? That's where we're at in today's society. Shut up, pay your bills, give us money, and don't say a word about nothing we do, right? That needs to change. It really does. Let me know your thoughts on this. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person that can do it. America. That's where we're at right now. I've never seen it like this. We're fixing to be overran, plain and simple. Let me know your thoughts.